The mass adoption of blockchain technology is something of an enigma. How do we realize this? What is the best strategy or approach that should be taken for this to be achieved? And when will a time come where we can actually consider that mass adoption has occurred? These are all very interesting but extremely difficult questions to answer definitively. But the motivations behind why we're actively pursuing this eventuality are not because it's something easy to obtain, far from it. Blockchain's entire existence has come as a result of the failure of the systems of today and the emergence of this technology that offers ultimate transparency, unmatched opportunity and a level playing field for all participants involved, delivers the promise of true freedom. There's a long road ahead with many barriers and power struggles that need to be overcome before we will receive the fruits of our labour, yet despite this, we in the Cardano community remain highly optimistic, relentlessly determined and dedicated to the cause. This outlook, in my opinion, is fueled by the peer-reviewed technology and strategy being implemented that is without doubt by far the very best industry-wide. Welcome back for today's installment of Cardano Insights, where we track the all important developments at the very pulse of Cardano and its ecosystem. So let's get straight into it. Today we're going to talk about the idea of blockchain technology achieving mass adoption, which I strongly believe will eventually come to fruition, with Cardano playing a major role in this being realised. This is however an extremely complex undertaking and broad subject matter. There is no single catalyst that will be responsible for driving this through to become a reality. Instead, this will require a gargantuan effort down multiple avenues that collectively will see this technology being utilised globally, forming the basis of a world financial and social operating system. Now, the mass adoption of this technology doesn't mean more people buying up a particular cryptocurrency. It's about the widespread use of the underlying technology as a platform to deploy social and financial systems, along with the real applications that, through its trustless, transparent, cost-effective, eco-friendly, decentralized, and scalable qualities, improves upon legacy systems that in turn will progress us towards a more fair, inclusive world, raising the standard of living in every facet of society. There are many examples of mass adoption use cases, for instance, voting systems, digital identities, supply chains, financial systems, digital media, social platforms, the handling of medical records. Pretty much wherever data, value or product needs to be shared or transacted, all of this can be brought on chain. Many solutions for these exact use cases are actively being developed on Cardano, but identifying the use case, developing the protocols and proving blockchain's ability to effectively replace or merge with the current systems of today is only one part of the journey. Actually implementing these solutions on a scale where we consider the technology to be mass adopted presents many hurdles that must be overcome. The legacy systems that the blockchain movement is determined to improve or replace are largely controlled by governments, institutions and big business. Currently these systems are heavily centralized, deeply ingrained throughout all societies, favoring the powerful few, and through the ideals of convenience are controlling the majority down the pathway towards a world where you'll own nothing and be happy. With this in mind, the adoption of blockchain technology is facing an immense power struggle to both prove its superiority and convince the masses that there is in fact an alternative to what we've become accustomed to. Therefore, this teaches us that, to a certain degree, if we are to succeed in achieving mass adoption of blockchain technology, then fundamentally we need to be working with these entities rather than completely against them. This is where the efforts to progress positive regulation will play a key role in overcoming many of the misconceptions and barriers to entry that the blockchain industry is experiencing when attempting to break through at government, institutional and big business level. I think IOG's decision to build Cardano using the peer-reviewed approach and its use of formal methods is something that will prove to be a significant factor when regulatory clarity takes shape and governments, institutions and big businesses alike begin to adopt blockchain technology more aggressively. It makes complete sense to me that when blockchain-friendly regulation is achieved and these powerful entities are to eventually adopt this technology on a wide scale, then the chain who chose the route of peer-reviewed research and formal methods which can provably verify the technological claims is going to be in an extremely unique position. This is another example of Cardano's initial approach penetrating very deep into the future. But we know achieving regulatory clarity has already been a turbulent journey, and there is seemingly a long way to go before we reach a point of understanding that will positively progress adoption efforts here. This is where I believe Cardano's mission to bank the unbanked in Africa and World Mobile's solution to connect the unconnected there is going to be pivotal in realising adoption on a scale blockchain has so far been unable to achieve. Despite the fact that in Africa, where so much heavy lifting is required to implement even the base level infrastructure that will enable blockchain solutions to thrive, it can't be denied working with governments in Africa who have proven to be far more blockchain friendly, and to implement blockchain solutions on a continent where there is evidently such an overwhelming need for the benefits that will come as a result. Blockchain in Africa is a recipe for onboarding users in the hundreds of millions to billions. Whilst the time horizon and implementation for this being achieved is longer term and highly problematic, it presents one of the greatest opportunities to showcase the wonders of blockchain technology, delivering connectivity, identity, and financial inclusion, revolutionizing a continent that for so long has been ravaged by deep social and economic issues, demonstrating the true power of this technology in its finest form. The motivation for making today's video was partly inspired by a post I read yesterday evening, which I think also helps to identify another key area that will contribute greatly to the mass adoption of blockchain technology. Here Suraj posted, "Controversial take, Cardano did a huge mistake by ignoring India. There are 749 million people in India with access to LTE, meaning no need for solutions like World Mobile. Ignoring this market will eventually be seen as one of the biggest misstep of Cardano." For reference, LTE in telecommunications means long-term evolution, which is a standard for wireless broadband communication for mobile devices and data terminals. So the argument's being made that Cardano could have chosen to target other markets, referencing the fact that because of far better infrastructure in India and a significant market size, Cardano could be making far more progress here in implementing blockchain solutions, leading to a faster adoption than, say, Africa. For me personally, I don't entirely agree that Cardano is ignoring India. I think the strategy of IOG as a result of the regulatory restraints in India, which has to date been a very anti-crypto government, has steered them towards being far more Africa-focused, but I don't think this means Cardano in general is ignoring this market. Although IOG, Emergo and the Cardano Foundation has huge resources in comparison to any other entity building or operating on the Cardano blockchain, and it would be great for some of these resources to be focused in India to drive developer and user adoption here, these three entities alone are not solely responsible for Cardano's development. Considering Cardano is a decentralized blockchain, it's also the responsibility of the entire Cardano community to identify, build and deploy solutions in whichever marketplace they see fit that can advance adoption. But what I do agree with is that considering India does have a vibrant crypto market and one of the largest developer communities in the world, collectively, Cardano as a whole should be looking to make headway in this region. IOG have laid the solid foundations to build real-world solutions, and now it's down to the entire community to address these strategic adoption-driving moves. So this got me thinking about a project we covered some time ago now on Cardano Insights, who are in fact doing just that, and have an India-focused agenda with a use case that's specifically targeting to work within the regulatory framework there. The team at Striker, who are long-term and highly capable Cardano builders responsible for Typhon Wallet and the Blockchain Explorer Cardano Scan, are actively developing Flac Finance, a RealFi platform who are aiming to provide regulated financial services to users in India and worldwide. Flac Finance will enable digital asset owners to borrow fiat or stablecoins instantly against their crypto holdings without having to sell, providing efficient and cheap liquidity. Users will be able to make their digital assets work for them by earning rewards and providing liquidity to the platform. Flac Finance intends to integrate with countries' financial infrastructure to provide access to a wide range of regulated financial services, including the Flac credit card, banking integration, and payment solutions like UPI. So since we last checked in on the Flac Finance roadmap, what's the latest in terms of development? Well, the team released this progress update over the weekend with a specific focus on developments surrounding their mobile application. I've linked the full article in the description for the finer details, but in short, they've now reached a stage where the mobile application will be released to a group of test users next week on December 12th. The test release will be open to Milo NFT holders with Flac token rewards to be distributed based on the level of mobile app activity participation. More details regarding this will be released next week in the lead up to launch. Briefly, taking a look at the roadmap, throughout 2023, deployment of the Flac Finance solution is really set to take shape. In Q1, the Flac Finance ISPO finishes and will be distributed. The Flac token will be then released throughout Cardano DEXs, and they plan to integrate Cardano native tokens into their application. Q2 will see support for Bitcoin and Ethereum, along with lending and borrowing against crypto assets and crypto withdrawals. For Q3, they plan to deliver a fiat payment gateway, fiat bank transfer, crypto to fiat swaps, and fiat withdrawals. At the back end of 2023, in Q4, they aim to have an auto KYC AML implementation, instant loans, and unified payments interface integration, with the Flac credit card and cross-chain bridges to come in Q1 2024. So in Flac Finance, we have a great example of a team independent of IOG, building on Cardano with a strategic focus to take a Cardano blockchain RealFi solution to the India marketplace. And considering this team's track record in building on Cardano with successful deployments already under their belt, I'm excited to see how this all plays out and will continue to track developments here closely. It's evident Cardano's progression towards mass adoption also has a lot riding on the ease of coding through advancing the developer tooling and infrastructure available to attract more developers and companies currently outside of the space to start building on Cardano. Attracting more developers and companies to discover Cardano as the platform to operate on will in turn lead to more innovation, ecosystem growth, and new use cases to be born that will grow the reach of Cardano-based applications and result in the onboarding of more users to interact with the technology. This is something we've covered in some detail on this channel, and despite the wider narrative, Cardano is making great strides in this area. Through development teams such as TX Pipe, Martify Labs, Harmonic Labs, DC Spark, and products like Demeter Run, developing on Cardano is becoming more accessible, and this is only going to continue once big introductions like Marlowe, an IOG developed language for writing and executing smart contracts designed specifically for the financial industry, are deployed. Sidechains will also have a huge impact on developer adoption. The introduction of the EVM-based sidechain currently in development will enable Solidity developers to build on Cardano and deploy their dApps enjoying the security guarantees, low fees, and low energy consumption that the Cardano blockchain affords. In addition, the IOG-developed sidechain Midnight will also play a huge role in this, enabling developers to quickly build and deploy data protection-first dApps using many programming languages, starting with TypeScript, a familiar but more advanced version of JavaScript, will open the door to a huge developer community. So far, we've discussed the impacts of positive regulation, Cardano's peer-reviewed approach to blockchain development, the progression of developer adoption through improved tooling, infrastructure, and sidechains, the responsibility of the wider community to identify and build out solutions in alternative regions or markets, and the efforts being made in the developing world to bank the unbanked and connect the unconnected, all of which are hugely contributing factors to realizing the mass adoption of Cardano and blockchain technology. But what about something that could very well be delivered in the short term, leading to a mass influx of users? Enter the killer dApps. With the Cardano ecosystem now really taking shape, we are already seeing the signs of such applications that, through the utility they deliver, have the potential to onboard a significant user base to interact with the blockchain. I'd argue Cardano already has some killer applications that are going to massively increase the user activity from both within and outside of the current blockchain space. Some still in development, others very much already deployed and growing. I've said this before, but a blockchain ecosystem doesn't need hundreds or thousands of applications to capture a significant user base. So let's briefly run through a few examples of projects building which I think will prove to be killer applications and adoption drivers. First, Book.io with their decentralized encrypted assets targeting the ebook industry that has approximately 1 billion users. Revolutionizing the ebook industry, empowering both author and reader in delivering true digital ownership is a killer use case that is undeniably far superior to the ebook product that is so widely used today. With the progress being made in terms of securing huge industry partnerships and investments already, books seem to be working very fast towards achieving that explosive growth in this area. Then we have AxoTrade. While still deep in development, with the promise of their programmable swaps, the introduction of unlimited order types, custom trading strategies, and financial instrument creator, this is going to be a truly innovative world-class trading platform that evolves upon the offerings currently available in the traditional and decentralized finance worlds. With their intentions to deliver a product that caters for both advanced and novice traders, along with attracting institutional level investment, the game is going to be completely changed when this is deployed. The technology behind the protocol and features it possesses has the potential to harness trading volumes that exceeds anything we have seen industry-wide. Then we have World Mobile, who are very much actively rolling out crucial infrastructure to provide connectivity in regions that legacy telecommunications companies are not capable of reaching. With 20,000 daily unique users already using the network in Zanzibar, the utility of World Mobile is being delivered in real time. Once the Aerostat launch gets the green light to fly, which is imminent, the sharing economy and innovation that is a truly people-powered network is proven, the speed of deployment is expected to dramatically increase as the model is copy-pasted throughout many regions they've already established agreements with. Throughout 2023, Cardano's mission to bank the unbanked through World Mobile's success in connecting the unconnected is going to be making significant progress. And finally, there's the introduction of Lace Wallet, the portal into Web3 that will manage user assets, staking participation, your identity, governance, and provides full access to interact with all the services available in the entire Cardano ecosystem, whilst delivering the highest security guarantees with a focus on DApps certification and standards. It's going to be a killer product that really stitches the wider ecosystem together, removing many of the barriers to entry commonly associated with the crypto space. So that's just 4 examples of some of the killer DApps and utility being realized through Cardano that will undoubtedly contribute greatly to user adoption. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you think about this and if I've missed any killer applications. We've all considered, and from everything we've discussed today, we are still only scratching the surface of all the factors that collectively will see through the promise of realizing the mass adoption of blockchain technology. But one thing's for sure, although there is a long road ahead with many walls to break down, Cardano is in a very unique position from a technological point of view, with a highly dedicated and capable community that has the strategy, platform, and importantly desire to actually see this through. So that's it for today's installment of Cardano Insights as we keep track of the developments and continue to spread those positive Cardano vibes. If you found value in the content and want to help Sapien on his own mass adoption strategy, then please be sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, which is the best way you can help support the channel. We'll be back soon with your daily roundups, but until then, thanks for watching, have a great day, and as always, keep it Cardano.